Alright, welcome everyone to another Honkai Star Rail Sunday. I honestly didn't know if I was going to get this done on Sunday or if it would have to have been pushed back to Monday, but we did make it. It is way later than my normal stream. Way later. On a Sunday. But I did just get back, from a concert, and so I am trying to get all of my stuff together. But yeah, so what we'll be doing today is we're going to continue working on that Fate collab. Just a quick run through of everything else that's happening. They did buff a lot of the old characters to make them more usable in the current meta. You can test them out for some Stellar Jade. Planner Fisher is having a double event, so make sure you use up those. The new Trailblaze mission is available. We will be working on this as soon as we get done with the Fate event. They have a Origami Bird Clash event that is ongoing. As you can see, I'm fully done with that. It's very similar to the last one, just with a little short story. We talked about it on the last stream. They have their usual, if you can invite someone to come back and play the game that hasn't played in a while, you can get Primo Gems. Finon is on his last days on his premier character banner as of the time of the stream, and then you have these characters running with him. We have been very, very, very lucky this patch. Apocalypse Shadow reset recently. As you can see, I was working on that. Divergent Universe per usual, Simulated Universe, and then Saber and Archers were like, you can pull for them. Now, something interesting about that is the fact that this used to be a limited time banner, right? It was set to go away, kind of like how this has a time limit. That is no longer there. It is now available long term, and so people are wondering if this is going to be a permanent collab thing. Like, they'll swap out collab characters, so we might get more collab characters continuously. Oh yeah, you know, the other thing that's on here that I just never talked about is there is finally a new outfit that you can buy in the shop, and it is for Firefly, which I do not have, so not really all that interested in that outfit. And then I was doing that so I could. We are 30 pulls away from the free, quote-unquote free, light cone for Archer, which is what we are attempting to get at this point, because as I said, I have been blessed by so much gacha luck this go round, and so we have already been able to pull Finon, so at this point we're just pulling on the very off chance we might get his Eidolons. We are at 15 pity, so as I said, I've been pretty lucky, but we're not holding that vote. So that puts us at 25. If I am able, because I don't imagine I'll be able to get 10 pulls in this stream, if I am able to somehow get another 10 pull before the 2 days is over, I will do a pull off stream, because I would rather build pity on Finon's banner than to build pity on the next round of banners. So we will be continuing with the Fate event today, as I stated before. Sorry guys, like I said, I just got back from a concert. I am very tired. And then there does appear to be like a limited version, though it may not be limited anymore, which you can access outside of the story. Okay, so I'll provide the basic guidance. The night falls and those seeking the Holy Grail are poised to act. Stay alive, then defeat your opponent as the team and select characters to fight with you. Oh, okay, it wants specific trial characters. Well, let's just go with what's here on the top. Welcome to the Holy Grail War. There are 8 participants in this simulated Holy Grail War. This is your opponent for this round. Please try and defeat him. A most unexpected reunion. We meet again, my beautiful friend. Argenti is everywhere and anywhere, honestly. And then the opponent has summoned some servants. Confront them carefully. And then you can change your team anytime before the battle to counter your opponent's lineup. May Adrilla witness this duel. I hope they enjoyed the show.
Oh.
There's limited cycles. This is the remaining number of enemies that must be defeated.
Eternal.
Does it allow for auto battle? It does allow for auto battle. Okay.
Serenity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Okay, and then defeating them, they lose points. Go and let glory illuminate your path, you two. After winning, damage will be dealt to the opponent. Defeating all enemies before the action cycle end to achieve victory in battle. Achieving victory in battle will do damage to the opponent. If the enemies are not defeated before the action cycle ends, they'll be considered a battle failure. Battle failures will cause you to take damage. And when a contestant's HP reaches 0, they'll be considered as defeated and leave the war. Please do your best to survive.
The radiant feldspar is currently in free fall. It seems to have been caused by a gas explosion due to insufficient training for the catering crew. The individuals involved have been dismissed.
Interesting. Okay, after each cycle in the battle, you enter the store where you can purchase pieces from combat buffs. The coins are here. Please select the piece you'd like to use. Oh, and they're like little chess pieces. That's cool. Okay, a bond effect will be triggered when there are a specific number of pieces of the same type. More same pieces, the stronger they grow. Yep, okay. It increases EXP, okay. And then we're out of coins, so... Nameless, we meet again. If I buy you berry pheasant skewers, will you withdraw? Let's see which cutie I'm taking on from... Oh, they're considered a caster? That's interesting. Oh, everybody has classes. That's fun. Okay, the opponent will gain an enhanced apex every turn, increasing the monster's combat power.
Existence is unity.
Get them!
All will be swept away by the wind.
I will watch over you and guide you on your path. Tormented doubt, farewell.
After yet another fierce battle, the Dreamweaver responsible for maintaining the Grand Theater.
And then command spells can be used during the war. Okay, 30 star coin. feel like the star coins are more useful. I feel like even if I refresh, I'm not gonna be able to do anything, so.
The Clocky Plaza is currently under maintenance and visits are prohibited. Tourists who are planning to visit are asked to please alter their plans.
Not her calling out Argenti. So I feel like, oh, interesting that hers is mirror image.
Eternal.
Get them!
Serenity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
And then maybe, if this is going to be a continuous event, that once the voice actor strike is over, may they get everything that they deserve in their contracts, that they are able to voice Sabrin, probably the other fake characters that will become available.
First the Grand Theater, now another landmark has fallen. Is this the loss of humanity or the collapse of morality? More participants left. Perhaps we should settle this war with the heated rod of celestial jade instead?
Existence is unity.
Get them!
Enjoying yourself?
Tormented doubt, farewell. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Stay away! All will be swept away by the wind. Give me strength!
Fiends or devils? I'll crush them all! This is too cruel! Thankfully, it was in a dream bubble. Otherwise, they'd tear through 10 Poetentate like it's nothing.
Well, we're getting close to a full set.
See the most powerful warriors class? Then let's hand the stage over to our protagonist.
Existence is unity.
Get there!
Poetentate, farewell. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
All will be swept away by the wind.
Get there!
Sword, heed me. You're all in on it.
Fiends or devils? I'll crush them all!
I failed.
The screen! My screen! Someone, call the insurance company! No, I have to spend half a month writing the accident report.
Congratulations. Alright, so if we're over 5, we are considered a pass. Interesting. That's for the probability. Okay, so these are the limited awards, and then these are the permanent ones. Oh my god, look at those stellar jades. And then this is all the different characters and what their class is. That's fun. And then this is your past history in the Grail, I assume. And then I assume that corruption mode is just a harder version of normal mode. The only reason I'm like debating on it is just because like I don't want to make you all have to sit through all of that if it's just a harder version of normal mode, you know what I mean? Because this just looks like a battle. Okay, so yeah, it's just like a battle mode, which I'll grind after this call. I have a lot of stuff grinding to do. Look at him. Because of the fact that my entire dungeon crawling schedule is off currently. Okay, so we will go back to the main story that we were doing. Let me just... The Guardian of the Scales arrives from beyond time. Successfully summon your servant. Alright, so we will go back to the main story. Which, if you all remember, we are stuck in a silent film. Done by Grady, which either is Mr. Rekka pretending to be a character, or Mr. Rekka has been possessed by a character from Pentaconian history, because Scott, who is our opponent in this, is probably not worthy of summoning anyone. And we are teamed up with Boothill, who has Lancer as their summon, Adventuring, who has Archer as their summon. We have summoned Saber, and then Robin has summoned an unnamed caster. The person up ahead, is that Miss Note? And speaking, this is the unnamed caster. Oh, my bad, sweetheart. Almost forgot your voice is already my personal property. First it was the copyright of your songs, then your image, and finally, your name. They found a younger, prettier girl, slapped the name Dida on her, and put her on stage, and you'll die in despair in the desert of Dreamscape. I'll devour your body piece by piece, and even that fake name, Miss Note, will be mine. Finally, and right on cue, let your friends get a good look at how far you've fallen. Don't be so quick to charge in, Red Handsome. I might look frail, but I could still drag Miss Note down with me before you land a hit. And why would I spare an enemy's servant? 2 birds, 1 stone sounds perfect to me. You seemed like just another hollow loudmouth, like Grady. Figures, you foolish outworlders, don't realize just how powerful this nameless servant can be in Pentacony. Call it a charitable performance. Let me give you a taste of what caster can really do. The voice of harmony will compel all life to dance to my tune and become my familiars, and you'll drown in syrupy oblivion. We'll see about that. Anyone who fights with a stolen weapon is bound to get hurt by it. If I were you, I'd think twice before swinging something you ripped off of Miss Note. Master, are you alright? No need to trouble yourself with small fry like this, Master. Trying to steal the spotlight from the start, get them. Whoever takes them down gets a lifetime supply of Soul Glad from our investors. For Soul Glad! For free meals! Seriously, Soul Glad and 2 bottles of syrup and you're all in for the devil? What happened to your pride as monsters? I'm a background extra. Who has time for pride? Human or monster, beast or demon, if you got a mind of your own, then you got the right to chase hope with your own 2 hands. Your soul's worth far more than the pittance your employer is offering. I can't promise you paradise, but I swear I'll always fight on the front lines, not hide behind you while you die. So what'll it be? Spend your life as a dancing puppet for him, or live one moment as a knight? It's not too late to turn back now. There's only one answer to that. Wheresoever my king's sword points, our hearts shall follow. I was here first. How are you controlling my familiars? That's what the writing skill is for. Our abilities prioritize over yours. You traitors, 1 pep talk and you're switching sides. You're just extras. Don't you want that paycheck? Look at you acting all high and mighty. What else can you do besides throwing money around to strong-arm us? I'm the king of Knight's Mount now, not some familiar who boss around like a dog. I bestow upon you the name of my beloved steed. Lemre III. Now, come with me. Let us vanquish this evil before us. In the name of the king! Wait, if you kill me, you all vanish too. You're still my familiars. I failed to protect my master, was forced to separate from her, and now, to make matters worse, it's the enemy who came to save me. I am... Man, this is where you say thank you instead of sorry. Archer, please. But no excuse can cover up my incompetence and negligence. A powerless servant is nothing but a worthless doll. About Miss Robin, there's something... Never mind, just come with me. Writing B. No, I want to see what it is. I'm not sure what the enemy did, but she's been split into pieces. Took me a while to find even these few. I figured I managed to do nothing in this war. I don't deserve to be called a heroic spirit. love using your little harmony tricks on me, huh? Then I'll scatter your singer across my nightmare park and see who's helping you to get out of here. Please don't be sad because of us. You've already done your best, just like an iris by the riverside. Call it what you want. Nope. Call it what you want. She's still too weak. No need to sugarcoat it. That old fool. Once I find that darn Odie, I'm gonna tear his puffball and stomp it right down to the ground. Judging from what I can tell, splitting us up like this is probably an act of revenge, but our minds naturally try to reconnect. Theoretically, if we can reunite all of the me's. The correct answer is she'll merge back into her original form. That is, if you survive the curses from the devils. Then let's get going. Wait, you're really planning to drag all these deadweights with you while you fight? Heads up, I don't have the action part of Robin with me. I only think, I don't do. Wait, please, someone must stay behind with me to protect Miss Robin. I know this is acting too much, but I'll even offer my life. Victory gained through coercion is a disgrace to any warrior. Since Miss Robin is our ally, protecting her is only right. This is indeed the best solution at the moment. Archer, please protect Kalis. This is all I ask as an opponent. Ha, don't place too much faith in me. I always have faith in every friend of mine. Master, good luck. Alright, let's the night stay here with the princess and we'll go reap some enemy lives. That is such an interesting choice. The Robins. Robins cast their blessing-filled gaze your way, not that you can actually see their eyes. My master, I'm counting on all of you. So instead of doing like the multiple Robins like we did with Fugu? Yeah, Fugu. They split her into items. That is interesting. Archer may have a sharp tongue, but when it comes down to it, he's a solid ally. Master, best of luck to you. Oh, I was like, how do I get in?
Ribbit, evil spirit, why do you despise human soul? Is there not a single ounce of love or compassion in your heart, Ribbit?
Traitors don't get to boss us around. Before I lose my patience, here's your chance to switch sides. Kill the one next to you and return to us. Despite its rough design, the dog-shaped monster's name suggests it's modeled after a classic figure from the Clocky cartoon, likely a derivative of the werewolf brother Hanu. Stop pushing yourself, Mr. Scott. Its target is me. You don't have to throw your life away for nothing.
If I back down now, I'd be the same as all the other Scots. So, if you want to hurt Miss Robin, you'll have to walk over my dead body, Ribbit.
This nightmare is terrifying.
Old foe, you've arrived just in time. Help me! Together we can crush this blasted evil spirit. Doesn't matter if you want to punish me later or demand an explanation. As long as Miss Robin is safe, you can do whatever you want with me, Ribbit.
One or two, it makes no difference. You'll get stuck in an endless cycle of suffering and play Hanu's adventure for the next billion years. The Lone Wolf Brothers lets out a very satisfied, Enough chit-chat. Time for the most terrifying torment in all of Penacony. With a blinding flash, your body shrinks and you're forced into the outline of Brother Hanu. Oh, are we doing a minigame? Now you know the horror of being trapped in Hanu's adventure. For life. Oh, they turn people into cartoon animals. Is this some magecraft from the age of the ancient Greek gods? No, the mechanic feels different. Where's my rocket launcher? I know you have a lot to say, but to preserve the integrity of Hanu's adventure, all you can is let out a very urgent They even lost the ability to speak rationally. Maybe I should leave him. It's not like he was all that helpful anyway. You let out a terrified So you can understand that. I guess I just can't leave him. Can you make sense of what he's saying? Of course, Brother Hanu says he's gonna punch that evil spirit right in the face.
Ribbit?
How did it come to this? Is this a nursery or a zoo? Surrounded by animals, echoing cries, a vein throbs faintly on Archer's temple. It was the worst mental trauma he'd suffered since the Holy Grail War began. You only want to tell Archer that you need a Hanu TV to return to normal. Maybe you should look around for clues. Oh, we are being forced into doing a Hanu game. I see. Ribbit, old friend, I'll be rooting for you. All the best, ultra cool Hanu Trailblazer. I believe you can defeat the baddie, tweet. Then go over here to Archer. Enough messing around, let me think of how we can lift this curse. Think you can turn back using a TV? The Lone Wolf Brothers already smashed every Hanu TV in the theme park ahead of time. What is there something weird about this TV, or is it part of the solution to the curse? Clinging to the smallest of hopes, you glance at Scott, but as a righteous TV, all he can offer is anything but help. Maybe it's just your imagination, but his expression seems 30% smug, 70% mocking. You lash out, kicking Scott in frustration. Alright, let's do this. Every time I ask you a question, if the answer is yes, kick him once. If no, kick him twice. This TV is key to lifting the curse, isn't it?
Ribbit?
By usual Magecraft logic, destroying the core should nullify the effect. Should I smash the TV?
Ribbit, ribbit!
Then let's think in reverse. You want me to repair this machine or restore it to its original state, right?
Ribbit, 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 ribbit!
Time to end this. Trace on. Impossible. You actually found a way to break the curse? That's cheating. Doesn't count. I demand a rematch. You think you'll get a second chance with the same trick? Ha. Looks like I won't have to step in after all. Thanks, pal. We'll be taking this thing's head right now. Anytime, any place. Galaxy Rangers serving justice. Die, you son of a fork. Long time no see, though it's only been a little while. Ever since that shirt head sucked me into a TV, I've been lost in the hotel, sending my greetings to all the other little fudge pies along the way. Just a moment ago, the whole space cracked and collapsed. When I regained my footing, bam, there was Miss Robin right next to me. Didn't expect it, but the girl's got a bit of that ranger vibe in her. By the way, what's that fudging thing raised by the noise walker next to you? A prisoner?
Ribbit! Here comes a hero of justice, Ribbit!
Huh?
Greedy split my consciousness into countless fragments in the previous battle, just like what happened to Miss Robin. I'm honestly as shocked as you are. Who would have thought there's justice in that man called Scott? And yet, my chest burns with righteous fire.
Scott of Justice sounds like Scott of Justice Justices. Scott of Justice is not like evil ones. He threw himself in to protect me, tweet. You trust this son of a noise walker? Might as well believe I'm the general of the Cienjo. No offense, but making someone like him turn over a new leaf is like asking the Antimatter Legion to plant trees in the kingdom of banditry. I completely agree. We can't afford the risk. If the enemy cursed him or turned him into some kind of special familiar, then...
I thought, what if this is all part of Scott's plan? What if the evil side of him is lying in wait within me, ready to spring to action at any moment? I want to go with you to save the other Miss Robins, and I also need someone to kill me if Scott ever takes over my body.
Let's not be too hard on him. We don't have time to waste. As the old saying goes, every trotter deserves a second cookie. How about we take him in for now? If he turns good, great. If not, we can always chuck him in at his servant as a projectile. Well, since the victim herself said so.
To honor the trust placed in me, I will never bend to evil, Ribbit.
Miss Ranger will count on you to escort this little bird back to Saber and the others. We'll wrap this up fast. First, the rest of the Miss Robins and track down my unreliable master.
Ribbit, I'll prove my justice with my actions, Ribbit!
Archer throwing shade at Adventurine whenever possible is so funny. Alright, the Blank Report. Following the multiple scandals involving famous actress Dida, all major associated companies have terminated her endorsement contracts and canceled her Dreamscape tours. However, several Dream Chaser organizations that received her sponsorships maintain that their charity performances in the wilderness areas will proceed as scheduled. Mr. Alfalfa, head of the Alfalfa family, noted that Blank had started in numerous classics at their invitation. Her songs became household staples, and almost every Pinacone home contains products she endorsed. Mr. Alfalfa expressed deep regret over her downfall. Reports indicate that they've already found a replacement to inherit Blank's stage name, with the second Blank promising to present a better image while continuing the legendary story of Blank. Mr. Alfalfa maintains that Blank is an accomplished actress, singer, and artist whose past work shouldn't be diminished by current scandals. However, per contract terms, the Alfalfa family retains the right to reclaim all related copyrights, including musical products, film, and television rights, and the registered Blank trademark. If Blank uses any of these commercially without the Alfalfa family's approval, they will pursue legal action. Additionally, at a recent press conference, a Grady Film spokesperson announced that they will terminate their partnership with Miss Blank in 10 system days due to her recent negative impact. The upcoming film Spheroid Station, scheduled to begin shooting at the year end, will now star the second Blank, selected by Alfalfa's agency instead of the original Blank. I guess so. This goes over what they talked about, that she, all like her name and everything about her was copyrighted. Quiet, so quiet. You can hear the ticking of clockwood gears, the breath of evil spirits trembling with glee. Oops. Okay, Dream Bubble Cinema, History, Excerpt. If historical turning points are like knots in a record-keeping rope, Grady undoubtedly created two significant ones. First came his invention of DreamWorks bubble filming technology. Okay, so he made the dream bubbles. Second was his shocking decision to tear up the patent copyright. Why abandon rights to such an astronomically profitable technology? Grady never offered an explanation. Contemporary audiences praised Grady's selflessness, but those accolades gradually morphed into criticism as his terrible films flooded the market. Here's an interview from the period. It's truly remarkable. What thought process led you to abandon such a valuable patent? The dream bubble patent has long restricted Panacone's film industry, forcing talented creators to abandon their dreams. While copyright awareness grew, so did copyright trolls, corrupting our creative environment. As a horror director, I'd rather hear audiences laugh about being scared than witness in the copyright tragedies. Many believes Blank's death directly influenced your decision to tear up the patent, serving both as a memorial to her and a gift to the newly formed Himemiya Films. Himemiya Films. What's your comment on this? Blank's death was a complete tragedy. When almost everyone turned their backs on her, she still sang for the most vulnerable, ultimately losing her life during a charity performance. We all bear responsibility for what happened. Are you suggesting that the Alfalfa family and Mr. Alfalfa played a role in this? No, absolutely not. The Alfalfa family has always been an angel investor in entertainment, helping countless Irish family artists rise to fame. Mr. Alfalfa remains as an invaluable Grady Films partner. I'm certain we'll collaborate even more closely in the future. TikTok, so you've come after all. Here to steal the last Robin, are you? You'll never succeed. Every Robin belongs to me. And once I've gathered all of them, I'll summon the god of Robin, swallow up all of Pinacone whole, and become the king of nightmares. Too many new plots, twists. I don't even know where to start complaining. Before I judge you all, I must first deal with the disobedient pawn. Scott, how utterly despicable that you'd side with them. So desperate to slay the hero, aren't you? Just felt an ominous chill run down my spine. Why waste your breath on it? One bullet to fudge them up and we're done here. TikTok, thought I'd just play along your little hero fantasy? Mr. Grady gave me a special bullet that never misses. One pull of this trigger and the master with the most dialogue will drop dead on the spot. Die, Kalis. Scott took the fatal hit meant for you.
I can't keep going with all of you. But I'll die happy, knowing that I gave my life for justice, to keep others safe.
Scott, are you serious?
Tell Rakshmi night we broke up, I lied to her. There's no such thing as a Scot of justice. That justice is a part of the name. It doesn't mean anything. What do you think? How would you rate this shocking reveal, Ribbit? Director, heal me up! I worked so hard to lead them into the trap, and now you're shooting me in the butt!
Penacony profanity. If your worthless scene-stealing self hadn't blocked the bullet, old Clocky would have eliminated Kalis already, or you'd have the audacity to act proud. I sent you undercover to deliver a crushing blow at the story's climax. Instead, you couldn't even manage basic narrative structure. Even a child could tell you're putting on an act. Since you're so desperate for attention, congratulations, Mr. Scott. You're hereby demoted from actor to stage decoration.
Hey! What about my butt?
Old Clocky, quit playing dead. No completed scene, no paycheck for you. Tick-tock, what gave you the impression I was faking? My clockwork has been ticking away the whole time. Did you know, for a demon, manipulating human emotions is like playing an instrument, just a light touch and you get something like this. That's so fudgin' satisfying. Time to break out the hilarity and smoked malt juice to celebrate. Uncontainable joy surges through the man's heart, sending him into euphoria, and yet this is nothing more than a common mental attack. Watchmaker, witness this. Your most prized trick now belongs to me. Darn it, for some bizarre reason I have the sudden urge to dance with this jerk. Tick-tock, behold the clockwork invented by the watchmaker, the devil who once ruled Penacony. In its presence, even those strongest minds become nothing but blank pages, easily rewritten at will. Knockoff characters don't need to worry about power balancing in this story. Messing with your bro Boothill? Big mistake. Come on, Kalis, let's show that knockoff what actual clockwork can do. Please reset Boothill's emotional state back to normal. If you're reading this, it means you chose the wrong opponent. Untunable. Tick-tock, I am the chief physician of your soul. Well, who do we have here? A poor little thing trying to save your friend from a curse when you can't even protect yourself. Surprised your clockwork is useless? Shocked? Confused? Well, of course you are. The power of your clockwork comes from Clocky, but I am old Clocky. When the junior meets the senior, it's only natural for you to fail. Now it's time for the old man to teach the kid a lesson. A feeling beyond words clutches at your mind, not one of the clockwork's 4 different emotions. This is darker, heavier, like a silent quagmire. Departed loved ones, betrayal by those you trusted most, the shadow of approaching death. These manufactured emotions burst in your heart, leaving just a blank void that watches you with empty eyes of a corpse. You finished with your little show yet? I don't have time to play pretend with you. Impossible. I use clockwork to turn everyone's emotions to pure despair. How trite. Your dialogue is straight from the Villains 101. These pathetic attempts at manipulation are less effective than vultures squawking over a corpse. What took you so long? Was that whole silent badass act really necessary? If only it were that simple. Unfortunately, my magic resistance isn't nearly as overpowered as Saber's. I wanted to see how deep this monster's hell could go in this strange universe of yours, but it seems your world still has hope for the future after all. Despair, please. I've witnessed enough scenes of despair to submerge this entire playground of nightmares. I've seen corpses hanging from the gallows that stretched to like endless forests. I've witnessed the charred remains after doomsday battles where people became nothing more than ravenous beasts devouring each other. Just who in the world are you? A hard-working guardian, though admittedly somewhat of a workaholic. I've seen far too many forms of despair, but to break me, your fake illusions don't even come close. Tick-tock, cranking power to maximum. I refuse to accept that anyone can resist my clockwork now. Hey, ever seen a bodies mangled under war chariots? Trace on.
Serenity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Here, there's thunder!
Show no mercy.
It's of no consequence, and doubt farewell.
Conflict is pitiless.
Watch your head. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Nothing major.
Serenity is before me.
Here, this thunder.
It's on me.
The dead return!
Torment and doubt farewell. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Show no mercy.
Don't get smug. The director will avenge me. Extra lines won't earn you extra pay. Oh, in that case, I'm dead. Good. Now let's regroup with the others. Oh, looks like you just crawled out of a tough fight. Fork and Void Song Whale, now you decide to appear when we did all the work. Well, I did do something, alright? Some evil spirits called the Revolver Governor got all clingy with me, insisting we play a game, and ended up losing 10 years worth of savings to me. Look, I even brought an old friend back with me. After a short break, the scattered alleys finally reconvene, I assume. I had no idea so much was happening. Thank you for keeping my master safe. I just didn't want to give Grady the satisfaction. Let's save the thanks for later. Didn't that girl say if we brought all of her spirit selves together, she could return to normal? I proposed the theory, assuming that none of the Robins would be in a defeated status. There's a dissonance in the melody, despair. You old clocky, dang it. Grady, what foul language are you having me use? Anyway, the emotions affecting the last master hasn't disappeared despite the enemy's demise. My resonance isn't nearly as powerful as Miss Robin's, but it's enough to clear the minor dissonance. Master, please stay quiet and don't disturb my melody. Ignore whatever you see. These are just my internal doubts. It won't hurt anyone else. Now, rebuild a melody that's truly your own. Thank you everyone for your help. Without you, I would have definitely been fudging. Sorry, seems like consciousness splitting effects haven't completely worn off. Everyone, please come closer. I've decoded this film's melody. With a few adjustments, we should break free from Grady's noble phantasm. Master, you gave me the choice to join the Holy Grail, and I saved you once in return. We're now square. What a pleasant surprise, old friend. Have you finally understood that who it is that can truly grant your wish? The evil spirits must still be affecting you. Let me tune you properly. Master, you're far too kind-hearted. With no interest in the Holy Grail, that's why I must pursue this path myself. Mr. Odie is a businessman through and through. His price will be astronomically high. And, would you really betray your friends just to let me win the Holy Grail War? Here's some advice. While I'm still here, use a command spell to kill me, just like all those others who toyed with my fate. If this is beyond you, Miss Robin, then we must part ways here. Is this a declaration of war? Since you're no longer Miss Robin's servant, I have no reason to let a potential enemy walk away. I can tell you're still hesitating. Before I draw my blade, there is still time to change your mind. Everyone, aren't you forgetting something? I'm still here. My old friend has finally found her path to fulfilling her wish, and I won't let anyone block her way. You want to escape my noble phantasm? Then I'll just have to add some more excitement. The second screening has ended. See you in the final nightmare. Goodbye, Master. May your kindness never meet betrayal.
Director! What about my bot? My bot!
Plan 6 from Outer Space. Leading actors, Self-Deceiving Heart. Part 3. Heroes' blood, monsters' blood. In this third act, the story details how explorers cause bloodshed in strange worlds. This is exactly what Dream Chasers, the pioneering age, lived for. Why is Scott here? Doggone Wubaboo, when will this ever end? Aren't these movies all the same? Oh, no my. Even a proper pioneer like the cowboy can't dare to witness any longer. Director, though I don't know your life story, but surely a box office disaster and a miserable end seem all but fated. And you, Mr. Scott, did you change your tune because you are planning to abandon the darkness and embrace light? Looks like not even an assassin's master can tolerate his trashy films anymore. Director, did you place me in the wrong spot? I'm still among the bad guys. No, no, no. Given your stellar performance earlier, our partnership ends here. As for old Odie, I'll file a claim for accidental casualty compensation on your behalf. It'll be issued to your family. Because the ending of Plan 6 from outer space is no survivors. Ha. Grady, since you've shown no mercy, don't blame me for returning the favor. Director Adventuring. My earlier hostility was just an act to fool our enemies. I infiltrated Odie's group specifically for this moment to help you win the Holy Grail, the only one who truly deserves it. I may vomit. Mr. Scott, I know things haven't gone smoothly for you in your department, but you can show enough commitment. The Strategic Investment Department might have a better spot for you. How do you accept such things so easily? Oh my gosh, adventuring and archer is just such a funny combination, truly. Grady, you don't think I was truly going to let you play me like a fool, right? As an actor, I am part of your noble phantasm too. As such, being the former protagonist, I can naturally use your second noble phantasm's power. How dare you? Director Adventuring, this is my show of commitment to you. Deploying staff access. One-click noble phantasm skip. Progress bar is progressing rapidly. Apologies, the broadcast is having technical difficulties. Lead actors, everyone, please stop acting. Lyden Scott. Well, obscene language from the prison world era. Me. How can there be an audience so uncultured? I love these, honestly. You skipped all the best parts of the movie. This is the result of my entire life's work. And it was trash. Adventuring, please. They're already dead. You know nothing. I am the creator of the dream bubble movie genre. It was I who established the first film company in Penacony. If I hadn't given up on my monopoly on filmmaking technology, the Watchmaker and Mavine would never have achieved what they did. So, would that make your films you made? Not bad. Adventuring, please. I'm even feeling a little bad for you now, Director Grady. You were thoroughly outclassed by true auteurs. As a master of marketing or inventor, you're undoubtedly a success, but the audience, us, don't care what you gave in your efforts. They just know that your movie is terrible. You can't feel the limits of the audience patience. It's just an endless, cliche-ridden, silent series of utterly unexciting gore. What a waste of everyone's time. It's no surprise that the audience eventually abandoned you. There is too much sass in this pairing. Oh my gosh. Well, it's hopeless. This guy's probably gone mad. Archer. What? I simply offered him a final shot. You're the one who drove him insane. What a sharp-tongued, amusing, and flamboyant actor you are. It's rare for anyone to make me go completely speechless during a debate. Didn't see that coming, did you? Strangling you all in this nightmare pantomime feels a bit dull now. Tell me, would you be interested in siding with old OT? What are you yapping about this time? Trying to drive a wedge? If we join forces, we could sweep the rest of these opponents off the board in an instant. Surely a senior executive of the Strategic Investment Department who understands the investments better than anyone would make the right choice. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Adventuring? You seem particularly obsessed with me, Director. Is it because I, as an amateur film critic, repeatedly tore apart your masterpiece? Of course, it's because you're the cleverest one here, most aware of the fact that despite your apparent power, none of you have actually escaped my bounded field. For someone like you, betrayal is always an option to consider, not a moral absolute. Someone like me? You may be a terrible filmmaker, but you're not bad at reading people. Fork me, you're not, seriously. A good businessman always evaluates the situation and adjusts their stance for a better investment. I'm tired of this endless farce. Eliminating this many competitors at once is quite profitable. Apologies, I wasn't being honest. Great, I love flexible actors like you. Now let me show my goodwill. Let's move to the next scene. Your caliber deserves a much bigger stage. The Golden Gatekeeper, lead actors, adventuring.
Archer, as my servant, you'll come with me, right?
Taking orders from a hack like Grady. Seriously? And adventuring has his voice back, which is fun. Makes sense. Compared to this lot, you and Grady are clearly cut from the same money-grubbing cloth. Archer, please.
Oh, what's wrong with being a little underhanded if we can win?
Totally misjudged you. Guess I'll need to use a few extra fudged bullets on this guy. No, it should be my sword that delivers the final blow to the enemy commander. Master, if you're just joking, I can still cover for you if you apologize now, but if you're serious, this won't end without blood being spilled. I'll ask one more time. Shall I remove my legs first, or should I start by cutting off that irritating hand of yours, Mr. Adventurine?
So you still refuse? You know, I should use my command spells to force you into submission, but I hate brands on the flesh that bend someone to another's will. If staying with them is your wish, then so be it. But sometimes, a change in perspective will make you see the gamble in its entirety.
That's right, killing you would erase my existence. Well then, sorry everyone, I surrender. I give up. Archer? What did I expect what did I expect with my awful summoning luck? I told you, a guy's covered in gold is never good news. Gilgamesh reference. But as your servant, I'll follow your commands. Wait, director, I can be a traitor too. I want more scenes too. Fantastic. 2 more exceptional leads at once. I'll give you bigger roles, turn you into unstoppable monsters who tear everyone apart. Step into the spotlight, Mr. Aventurine, and enjoy this special feature aid I've crafted just for you. Boss fight, Aventurine.
I'll overcome the thorns. Serenity is before me.
I do not have the team set up for this man, but we'll see.
Here, this thunder!
Make sure to stay hydrated, everybody.
Watch your head.
I don't think I've done boss fight Aventurine
Bust.
in a hot minute.
Or maybe I'll take it all.
Conflict is pitiless!
Wanted to doubt farewell.
Which
Watch
is a
over
shame,
you
because boss
and
fight
guide you on
Aventurine
your
has
path.
a magnificent design.
Show no mercy!
All in. Take everything I've got.
Serenity is before me. Is there no consequence?
Conflict is pitiless!
Watch your head. Going all.
The dead return!
Prepare for some. All in.
Scoundrels on.
Doubt farewell. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Here, this thunder! Show no mercy!
It's all or nothing.
Nothing
Watch your head.
major. Show no mercy!
Double down.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in. Spend freely.
Receive divinity. The dead return! Conflict is pitiless!
Serenity is before me.
Here, this thunder!
Down
Watch your head.
farewell.
Conflict is pitiless.
It's all or nothing! It's of no consequence.
Show no mercy.
I'll watch over you and guide you on your path.
Major.
Serenity is before me.
Hear this thunder.
Are you seeing the enemy's position now, Archer? Now it's time to put an end to this! Why do actors in horror films never see where the monsters come from? Why do monsters keep popping into the frame as long as the film is rolling? It's because the true monster is born beyond the set. The director's lens is the real cradle of terrors. Your presence concealment skill is simply a manifestation of the theatrical rule that characters in the story cannot see the cinematographer filming behind the lens. But monsters are different. They are the soul of horror films, the focus of the lens. Their line of sight is always fixed on the camera's position. That's why only Scott, the man playing the monster, can see you.
You win. I concede. Having the devil lurking behind the lens and getting real monsters to step into the theater. That was my finest offline marketing campaign ever. Who'd have thought that someone could still see through my tricks hundreds of years in the future? How did you do it, friend?
Did I never mention it to you? Well, I am your fan, Mr. Greedy.
Wait, weren't you just roasting him?
A director of flops from centuries ago, catching the eye of a big shot from the strategic investment department. Thanks for the compliment, but that was a pretty bad lie from you.
Oh, have more confidence in yourself, Mr. Greedy. After I stumbled upon your first movie, curiosity led me to dig through the archives of Greedy films. Now, you had each moviegoer sign a death and liability release waiver before entering the theater. And you released memory zone memes into the theater at intermission. Oh, these interactive marketing tactics were way ahead of their time. You could smell out exact market demands and deliver maximum impact with minimal resources. Oh, had we met back then, I would have made sure to secure a spot for you in the marketing department.
I'd rather not be recognized for those achievements.
You could have been rolling in riches. But you poured everything into filmmaking to create something you loved. You're a director worthy of respect for that alone. But what you've done is unforgivable.
The watchmaker said almost the same thing to me back then. But like I said, I concede. I have no talent. And can't create true art. I've come to terms with that after dying.
Then could you tell us old Odie's plan? If he truly wanted to achieve his wish, he could have easily hired a few masters to stage out a variety show with a rigged outcome. But he deliberately gathered a group of uncontrollable individuals to participate in a holy grail war that might never even happen.
Mr. Odie gave me a backup plan before I came here. When I lose, I'm to humbly admit defeat and invite everyone to the Grand Theater. Mr. Odie and the Holy Grail will be waiting for you there. You'll hear all the answers from him. And you, my fan, this little behind the scenes is just for you. I believe the reason Mr. Odie reached out to you all is simple. You'll bring in higher ratings for this show.
Do you trust what Grady said?
There's nowhere in Panaconii more fitting for a grand finale than the Grand Theater. Oh, Mr. Boothill, why are you looking at me like that?
Didn't expect someone like you to be that Fudger's fan.
You could say my master's taste is as tacky as his outfit. Archer, you are still kicking this man while he's down.
Well, instead of calling me master, a word that brings back dead class structures, I prefer you address me as Mr. Aventurine.
See, red guy, those business crooks are all the same. They take everything you throw at them. Insulting them's like punching a cotton fluff ball. Ain't no fun at all.
And I'll graciously comply, Mr. Aventurine. As for the final showdown at the theater, I'm sure that Mr. Oti has already prepared the battleground for us. With the Holy Grail in his possession, he'll be far more difficult opponent than Grady. A siege and warriors assembled to storm the walls. Now, this is starting to feel like a real war.
I'm going with you. It doesn't matter whether Miss Snowd is now friend or foe. I will bring her back.
Come to think of it, wasn't there someone else not far away? He is slowly slipping away with hushed steps.
Oh, by the way, I think I forgot to ask. Mr. Boothill, do you know which department Scott's from?
Whoa, yeah!
Aventurine flashed a grin more sinister than the devil's own, his lips barely moving as he silently mouthed the name of that department. The space cowboy let out a hearty laugh, cracking his knuckles with a sharp snap. A wicked smirk spread across his face as he strode towards Scott. You hear a cry straight out of a cartoon, over the top and full of flair, and surprisingly heartfelt, and you just know for a fact that Scott won't be getting out of that hospital bed anytime soon. But have faith in the medical advances of the cosmic age. No, Scott was irreversibly harmed in the Holy Grail War, especially not in a dream. Oh, no, Scott was harmed. Okay.
Whew. Now, that's more like it.
The Great Grady. Oh. Where's my Locha? There he is. Lancer, it's a mockery of a war, but you set it up so intricately. I don't get it. The 12 hours that reference the passage of time and this moon placed right here at the heart of it all. Anyone with magecraft training can feel power continuously flowing into this place, but this world has no magecraft or mages. So did you really design the whole Holy Grail War, old man? You don't exactly look like a mage.
The sharp instincts of a businessman are enough for me to know where and when to make my moves. And the Holy Grail has told me everything I need to know. You are the servant of that Galaxy Ranger. I didn't think your nose would be even sharper than the Bloodhound family's minions. Is it really wise for you to charge in here on your own instead of loyally staying at your master's side? That cowboy's in quite a pinch right now and would appreciate a speedy rescue.
Also, the sneakers that Lancer has on right now are just throwing me off. What a pain. If I blow your head off right here, that'd save me a metal clump of a master, too, no? Let me offer you some advice from experience. The Holy Grail never grants wishes the way people expect. All it leaves behind are dead souls buried by their desires.
I appreciate the advice, truly. In that case, am I not giving the Holy Grail a new purpose? It'll become an entertainment spectacle much more worthy of investment than some wish-granting chalice.
Entertainment spectacle. I get it now. That clicks pretty well with the essence of the Holy Grail. No wonder it managed to power this Holy Grail war. I've been wondering what you could possibly put into the Holy Grail apart from wine, given this is a barren world where mystics have completely degraded. But if something could replace magical energy and manage to infuse the Holy Grail with enough power to create miracles, well, that changes things entirely. Instead of something that must contain the concealment of mystics, the Holy Grail will become a public entertainment spectacle instead. Then, the people on this dream-soaked planet will come to believe in the miracle of the Holy Grail through learning its rituals and witnessing the summoning of heroic spirits. And so, little by little, their wishes will turn into fuel, coating the Holy Grail in a fabricated miracle, and the farce you've orchestrated will end up stomping all over those wishes.
Quite the impressive insight, servant from another world. Your presence here was certainly a surprise to me, but you and your friends are needed. The Holy Grail needs more efficient fuel. And that means you. Miss Note? No. It's time for you to show Penacony your true charm.
The curtain fell with a soft rustle, veiling the stage in silence.
I did what you wanted me to do.
Well done, my old friend. So many years have passed, but I still remember every performance you gave, every dance you danced, every melody you sang. You were like a blooming iris. But I prefer how you are now compared to your heydays on the stage. Stripped of all the external pretenses. So simple. So ordinary.
Enough, OT. Outdated metaphors are as revolting as last night's leftovers. I've kept my promise. Now, it's your turn.
There's no rush, my old friend. Everything you desire can be obtained without magecraft or miracles. Money is all it takes. The so-called Holy Grail is nothing more than a vessel crafted from gold, and the real stars of this show are about to make their entrance. Your job is to hold them off until the last step of the ritual is complete. Once that is done, I will honor my end of the deal.
OT. Looks like your business acumen has rotted along with this world. I could barely restrain that one servant. And now you expect me to take them all on?
Don't be so modest. Unlike Greedy, you are a true artist. You have the talent to bring thousands of characters to life all on your own. You are the perfect counter to these heroes. I will give you the power the Holy Grail has accumulated so that you can crush them all. Then this grand spectacle will come to a glorious finale.
Alright, head to the Grand Theater and unmask the mastermind.
Forget it. Wasn't that blue guy supposed to scout this place ahead of us? Haven't even heard a single peep from him so far. Could that old man have pulled a fast one on him?
No signs of battle. This doesn't quite seem like something Lancer would do. From what I know about that man, he might even stir up some pointless fights just to walk away happy.
Miss Note, I'm glad you're okay.
Wait. Something's off. Miss Note. I trust that you've seen Lancer here, haven't you?
Yes. He came to the Grand Theater with his spear raised and ready, eager to impale old Odie on the curtain. I couldn't agree more with his approach, but I still have dreams left unfulfilled in this miraculous second life. So, I asked him to take a break, and I must insist that every one of you take a break as well. Until Mr. Odie finishes the ritual. Fear not. There will be no pain. Please, leave your passion and ambitions on the stage. Like how actors shed their fatigue and makeup behind the curtains. And rest.
Let the curtain fall! Cannon can, Crescent!
Where's this? How is this possible? Why am I in Britain? Yes, I remember it all. Every tree, every blade of glass, the fields, the wind, scent, and this town. Does Castor think she can trap me with these memories? Huh. This town is nothing less than where my life as a knight began.
Oh, Artorias! Here to draw the sword, aren't you?
You're calling me Artorias? Is it Aiden?
I knew it! That mage Merlin spun such a tall tale, something about whosoe'er pulleth out this sword of this stone is rightwise king of all England. Even an apprentice knight wouldn't be able to resist that. That being said, a little fellow like you drawing the sword and becoming king, I really can't picture that.
Right, I agree. I hope the sword and stone manages to pick the right king. Master, let's go. Artorias, that is the male name I used. After all, a female king would have had a very difficult time ruling Britain back in those days. We returned to the moment right before I drew the sword from the stone. I thought Castor would use monsters, foreign armies, or even dragons to trap us here. How I miss all this. I never returned here after I left as a knight. What we see before us is the childish dream I had when I was just a nameless nobody. The girl seemed drawn by something. Her gaze wandered to the end of the path. What a shame. She's created such a fantasy for me, yet I don't even have a mount. My greatest dream as a child was to have a mount of my own, to become a knight, to ride a horse, to follow the very path across the fields, and reach the grasslands where Ector's house lies. He's the old knight tasked with raising me. He was my father, in a sense. He always wore a stern expression, but laughed at the smallest things. He always told me that he'd hoped that I'd become the ideal king for this land. But in the end, he never got to see me become a king. I'm sorry, Master. I got carried away talking about my past. Now that we're here, how about we set aside our worries about illusions and dreams, and I'll show you around my hometown instead. There, beneath a tree, a tiny night doll rested, as if lost in the dream that would never end. If this is the soldier summoned by Castor, they must be an incredibly powerful opponent. I'd never seen a toy like this. My first 15 years was mostly spent caring for horses and honing my swordsmanship. During my breaks, a mage named Merlin would visit me in my dreams and teach me about ruling as a king. What about you, Master? How did you spend your childhood? You've never talked about your past.
The only thing I remember is being woken up by someone in a space station.
Really? No wonder your personality is so carefree. Is it because you don't have a past holding your back?
My earliest memory was boarding a train headed for the stars and meeting many kindred spirits as friends. Though I have no past, I have a future. I became the person I wanted to be.
Well, even in the face of hardship, you are still continuing on your wonderful journey. I wish I did that in my life. Once upon a time, I also wanted to become a specific person. I wanted to save the land I stood on and the people who lived upon it. I wanted to repel the tyranny of King Vortigern and the White Dragon. I wanted to deliver my people from the foreign invaders' hostile rule. I wanted to be the ideal king for my people dreamed of. Someone who would save Britain. For that, I would have sacrificed everything. The mage told me that if I could pull the sword from the stone, that I would achieve my wish. Everyone thought that I would save Britain. I didn't save Britain. I once believed that once I slew Vortigern, expelled the foreign invaders, gathered the knights to the Round Table, and built the impenetrable castle of Camelot, peace would finally come to Britain. But that was all a fleeting dream. The knights who once served me abandoned me, and some even raised armies to challenge my rule. Britain was once again engulfed in war. Merlin had already warned me all of this before I drew the Sword of Selection. He told me that once I drew the sword, I would meet a tragic end, hated by all. And while the kingdom was in its prime, he also told me that Britain would one day fall, and its current prosperity was built on the suffering of its king. Yet I thought I could carry the weight of the kingdom's pain and trade it for the peace of the people, and sacrifice would be worth it, and I'd be willing to face my thankless end. You recount the fantastical dream you had during Penacony's Charmony Festival to Savor, how a man dreamed of creating Paradise Kingdom with his own power. Miss Robin's older brother, his thoughts and actions do sound a lot similar to mine. I promised everyone that I would build the ideal kingdom, but I left the land of Britain with endless wars, dying warriors, and starving children. The one who deserves to face destruction is me, not my country or my people. That's how it should have been.
Is the sword in the stone?
I wondered countless times, had I not drawn the sword, or had there been someone more suited to be king? Would Britain have truly become the utopia I dreamed of, and what kind of life would I have lived? To pull out the sword and become king, or to give up and stay in my homeland to quietly live out my days? She's brought me back to the moment I made my choice. Master, I'm so tired. I wish I had a horse to ride across these fields before the sun sets. You called out, your voice echoing, but the drawn-out words never reached the servant. In the moment she hesitated, fate had already been sealed. In truth, you were never here at all. What remains in this place is merely a shadow of you, who fell in a noble phantasm, lingering in the dream of another.
She was nothing more than an ordinary girl. Playing the part of a king was already painful enough. Why should we force her to continue in the delusion known as heroic spirits? Better to cast aside her sword, abandon her glory, and become a nameless nobody who watches the world's grand show on the sidelines. I'll help all of you to remove the hero's garish makeup, bit by bit, until I've wiped away even the choice you've made to become a hero. Until I've wiped away all the pain you've endured on this thorny road. I've prepared a simple and happy life for all of you in this show, including you, Trailblazer.
Now.
So, newcomer, are you staying? Someone like you has probably already burned through all your luck just trying to get into the Herta space station. But I'll go through the motions and confirm it anyway. Just so you know, working at the Department of Cosmic Geography isn't as easy as you think. Look, I thought I was pretty impressive too when I first arrived. But you'll be beaten into shape in no time. You're just a regular researcher on this station. No one's gonna even bat an eye at your so-called talents and smarts. Are you dreaming or something? Maybe you should take a sick day and get a checkup at the medical department. I'm a bit of a fan of the Astral Express, and I know that every nameless who boards it has been through some incredible adventures. So, tell me, what great deeds have you done? Oh, I know what's happening now. The Department of Implement Arts imported a batch of dream bubbles. Loads of young, naive researchers have been wasting entire days in them, ignoring even their paid work. You probably ate too much of that Memoria too and thought those illusions were real. Why else would you believe you're a nameless aboard the Express? Well, I can't say I blame you. I heard the Express did invite you to join them, but you turned them down. Are you regretting that choice now?
You try to yell at the researcher before you, but your wavering voice gives a different response.
I regret my choice.
But was that answer truly what you thought, or was it some sort of elusive manipulation? You try to piece together what had happened, but your memories feel more distant with every passing second. About the Astral Express and the Nameless, like sand under the waves, your memories crumble and fade, and suddenly you understand why Saber chose to stay even just for a moment. Why didn't you step aboard the Astral Express back then, on the split-second impulse? It no longer matters. The researcher in the Department of Cosmic Geography standing before you watches you closely, perhaps searching for words of comfort, or maybe looking for the right joke to shatter the heavy silence. Eventually, he speaks.
Well, your resume doesn't show any particular skills, so I'll start you off with some light tasks. Sort the Department of Cosmic Geography's expenditure report for the past 6 months, schedule research meetings for the upcoming month, collect project proposals from all levels of researchers. Yeah, that should keep you busy for a while. Don't be so surprised. Our department is at the bottom of the food chain on the station. This work happens all the time. I'm off. Be sure to do your job well.
He turns to leave. You could not help himself from looking back at you.
Yeah. Sometimes I regret picking the Geography of the Universe course when I was 14 and walking away from quantum history. I felt math was just too tough for me back then. But now I ask myself, would I still be stuck in this dead-end job if I made a different choice? No, come on. Don't worry about the what-ifs. Why waste time regretting a choice you've already made? Look at me. Things aren't so bad here, are they?
This is all wrong, you scream eternally, but the fury is fleeting. Report at the workplace.
You're late, newcomer. A few more system days of delay, and we'll miss the reimbursement deadline. I'll cut you some slack given that you're new. Now get to work.
What a messy desk. Am I supposed to organize all this stuff? Where do I even start?
Too slow. Keep going like this, and you'll still be here when the Amber Lord makes our next hammer swing.
You're on the verge of shouting, but just then a sliver of doubt creeps inside you. Is this really what you want? Take a breath. Don't lash out. Focus on what you truly need to do.
What are you standing around for? You think space bionic snails are going to do the work for you?
Yes, that's it. Calmly and nicely drop the fight. By now the job feels like second nature. Might as well tidy up the last of the files. Department of Cosmic Geography Monthly Financial Statement. Did you know human memory cannot simulate non-existent things? Never having taken this path, you cannot possibly imagine the Department of Cosmic Geography's research conduct. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I am you, at least a fragment of your subconscious, the final cry before... da-da. You don't belong here. Quick, da-da, hurry. She becomes aware. Da-da-da-da. Now you must split it on your own.
These reports are endless. And the stuff written in there is really weird.
Department of Cosmic Geography Financial Statement 9. 3 slices of data purchased from the Bellabog. The following is a brief description of the environment in which data was discovered, along with a detailed analysis of the components. The data primarily revolves around trailblazing, if you roughly categorize into the heroic spirit. Dita, adventurous experiences, companions, and Dita. Dita, with the unique properties purchased from the Lafu. The analysis of its nature is as follows. For detailed experimental procedures, please refer to the project report. The gaze of the Eon has no significant impact on the fundamental nature of Dita. There is a potential for escaping Dita, but no one can truly break free from Dita. Do not step onto the stage. Do not aspire to become a hero. There you will find only Dita and Dita. Do not go down that sorrowful path.
Hold on. I think I've seen that person over there before.
Archer! If you're going to ask me, have we met before, my answer is going to be no. You glance at his work tag. On it, just a single letter, A. Department Domestic Services. Wait, since when does the space station have a domestic services department?
Come on, Uncle A. Don't you ever feel like you don't belong here?
I get it, I really do. Dozens of researchers come up to me every day all claiming they don't belong here. They think they should be somewhere else because life isn't going their way. It's just another dressed up excuse to escape reality. As long as your instincts is just to back down and run, you'll run out of places to go even if you manage to get out of this place. Personally, I think this place isn't so bad. No world-threatening crises, no freaks trying to end humanity. The kitchen's convenient too, though the ingredients are a bit odd. We've still got a little girl who throws around gemstones like dirt, but it's pretty much a utopia for most people. There's no turning back once you leave your ordinary life behind. You glance at him, wanting to say something, but decide not to. Changed your mind, huh? I knew it. You really don't want to leave, do you? Days pass. After long hours of sorting, you're finally done with the work. Although an uncanny feeling lingers in your chest, before it's resolved, you should take a break.
I'm exhausted. I feel like I can't even think anymore. But deep down, I still feel like I don't belong here.
Drifting quietly over the surface of a dream, suspended in the moment before you sink. Let me tell you a story about a king named Uther. He ruled the people of Britain before I showed up, and after my appearance, he launched an attack against the White Dragon to protect his people, a battle that ended in defeat. Even so, people still called him the greatest king. What do you think made him a hero? He raised his sword to challenge a dragon he knew he could never defeat. The sword shattered, the bow snapped, and he was beheaded. As a human, everything about him was destined to fail. But the way he raised his sword to bring deliverance left a shining star in Britain's darkest night. The stars we see may not be their original forms, but their light isn't a lie. It will shine for ages, lighting the way for the next hero. That heroic spirit who lost her name referred to our lives as a stage, and she used her noble phantasm to erase the star's radiance. But Master, if you still have courage, if you're still willing to become that star, then all the spectators who have seen you will also step onto the stage, becoming heroes themselves. Look at me, talking big all of a sudden doing a bad imitation of Merlin. I'm waiting for someone who's about to take the stage. I'm also riding through the wilderness. The dream is nearing its end, Master, for me and you.
What a strange dream. I should get to work.
Lancer.
Skip.
Hey buddy, if you're here to slack off, you're a bit too late. This place is already at full capacity. Well, no worries. You work here and I'll slack off. We each get what we need. For now, you ignore the security department staff's careless attitude and lower your head to resume your task. You've got this. You're not losing to some grown-up who's slacking all day. First on the list, a quantitative analysis of microphage cluster interference on planetary magnetic fields. 15 attendees must be scheduled within the next 2 days. Sorry, there are no conference rooms available at your requested time. Ugh, the concert rooms are fully booked even at night. People here really are workaholics. Wait, you're the Stellaron they were talking about, huh? Tell me, when you sleep, do you glow like a firefly? Young ones like you should really find a mentor, learn some skills, and carve your own path. Live like a true hero, no strings attached. Ignore the distractions around you. Let's look at the next meeting details. The effects of a starquake phenomenon on the artistic expression of researchers. 2 attendees, no time constraints. Something stirs in your memory, sparks from an engine streaking past the space station, the faint weightlessness before the Express conducts a warp jump. Wait, no, none of that is real. Researcher, you should be focusing on your task at hand. You've still got 899 more meetings to schedule. You better hurry up and finish before things spiral out of control. Alright, including the 2 new system-generated meetings, 897 more to go, and the list is done. That's right, exactly. You're in the zone now, handling the work before you with practice ease. You've ever tried fishing, buddy? Don't be fooled by the vacuum outside. There's still plenty to catch. There's the migrating invisible carp, the silicon-based soft-bone fish that puts up a fight. I even caught a trotter last time. Although you are exhausted beyond measure, the man's expression moves you. Your entertainment during a momentary respite from work, a fishing rod. Life at the space station isn't as bleak as you thought. Maybe this is your utopia. By the way, I heard the Astral Express is coming back and we'll be stopping at the space station for a while. Want to go check it out? Just for fun.
The Astral Express. I turned down their invitation back then. Did I really make the right choice?
Long time no see, Kalis. How's life been on the space station? I see. If things are tough, you could always talk to Asa. She's sure to help you out. We traveled to many places after we parted ways. Belobog, the Sinjalafu, Penacony. They were both good and bad moments along the way. Dunhung wasn't an easy journey, but he's back on the Lafu now. After all, that's where he's from. Have you ever heard of the planet called Earth? Soon after Don Hun left, Welt found the way back home just as he had hoped. Let's pray he makes it there safely. Himiko frowns as if your question has caught her off guard. An unsettling sensation flickers through your mind. You've never boarded the Express, so who is this Pom-Pom you speak of? Where did you hear the conductor's name? Did Don Hung tell you? Pom-Pom's still the same, but with fewer and fewer people on the Express, it must be getting lonely for them. I sometimes wonder what might have changed if you had come with us. Sadly, the trailblazing expedition doesn't leave room for regrets and what-ifs. March, I'm not sure how to put it. I hope that friend for the garden can cure her. Life as an aimless isn't easy. After we left the space station, we did have some passengers traveling with us for a short time, but they've all gone their separate ways now. Our friends from the International Peace Corporation recently suggested we make a stop at Camelot. That planet should have been destroyed by the Antimatter Legion long ago, but we've been picking up multiple distress signals from there. So we've stopped by the space station for a while to meet some old friends. You can join us and leave with us this time if you want, Kalis. Is that really how you feel? If joining the Astral Express doesn't change your life for the better, what then? What if what awaits you isn't a grand adventure, but endless cleaning, constant repairs, wounds that never heal, and death steeped in despair? What will you do then? What if you can't help anyone? What if you become a dead weight on the Express? What if a nameless gives their life to save you, yet everyone silently wishes you'd just leave? What will you do? Think about it. What answer should you give?
I'll think about it. I'll make sure to give you my answer before the Express leaves.
Alright, I'll respect your choice, no matter what you pick.
I'm so tired. Maybe I should head back first. The Astral Express.
A peaceful dream stirred by birdsong beyond the window. However, can a robin really sing in the vacuum of space?
Let me tell you the story of a bird who was imprisoned wrongfully. She was once a singer, thrown into a dark cell for composing songs that the powerful didn't like. The bird heard many voices of sorrow. So, she sang for the others trapped inside, soothing their homesick hearts and inspiring them to rise up. In the end, the bird broke free with a pocket watch, a wolf, and countless companions by her side. The bird believed that she would begin a new life after gaining freedom. She would shine on the stage and the silver screen, displaying her beautiful feathers and voice, just as she had once brought hope to the hopeless. But she was wrong. Penacony soon became unrecognizable. The songs she sang, the films she starred in, and even her own life were all locked away in a cage called money, turned into mere commodities. The movie studio wanted to turn the bird into a symbol of beauty, but the bird longed to escape from this suffocating, filthy gutter. They stripped away her stage name, replaced her with a fresh-faced chick, and smothered her with slander and rumors, leading her to a disgraceful end.
So, you seek revenge on those who tarnished your name?
No. The exact opposite, in fact. When I returned to this world, I realized there was no one left to take revenge on. Instead, I will reclaim the name they took from me and erase every single work I've ever produced. I'll destroy every trace of my existence. As
you know how it feels to be locked in a cage and have everything taken from you. So why do you still trap the masters and heroic spirits in your noble phantasm when they wish to end this Holy Grail war? Old Odie may be able to fulfill your wish, but the cost he demands is far greater. As someone born in the same era as him, you should know this better than I do.
Ugh. OT is nothing more than a parasite feeding on Penacony. Of course I won't trust him. But you're different, Master. He's a worm who has a wish for the Holy Grail. Yet, there's nothing the Holy Grail can do to sway you. If you want to stop my noble phantasm, you'll have to force me with a command spell. Come, Master. Take away my free will. Just like how they took away my name and career with their contracts and laws.
You know I won't do that, Miss Note. Let's make a wager. I've never once gambled in my life. I bet that those masters and servants will not yield to your noble phantasm, even though you've stripped their identity as heroes. I trust them.
I will wait and see.
I feel like I had a strange dream, but the details keep slipping away. My body feels so heavy. But I can't rest. There's still today's work to get through.
Kalis, how many days has it been since you started working at the space station? 30? 90? Even longer? Do you still remember what you need to do now? Compiling project proposals from all levels of researchers. By now it's second nature, something you could do with your eyes closed. Still thinking about the Astro Express? You've been wrestling with that choice for ages and still haven't made up your mind. They'll be departing soon. You wish them a journey full of wondrous encounters. If you board the Express, what waits for you may be nothing but danger and the terrifying unknown. Your deeds will be forgotten in time, and your journey will eventually come to an end. So you are glad you stayed. No ticket, no bat, no danger, just a quiet, peaceful, and undisturbed life. The work you had piled up took far too much of your time. 1 day, 2 days, 10 days. Maybe you'll never catch up to the Astral Express again. You're tired. Find a room and take a break. Nope, Archer and Lancer this time. Isn't that our Stellaron boy? I was about to mix you a drink, but since you're still underage, I'll hold off for now. Funny, isn't it? Sometimes I think I shouldn't be working as a space station security guard either. So do you want to board the Astral Express? Every year there are researchers who want to go with the Express, but when it's time to leave, they all back down without fail. Pardon me. They know they are just seeking an escape from their stressful lives instead of actually wanting an adventure that could cost them their life. So what do you really want? Staying where I am is fine. Someone better will come along. I'm just an ordinary person. Why speak of regrets when everyone who has ever lived has regretted something? Yet had everyone turned back because of their fear of regrets, humanity would never have produced any heroes. Even if the road ahead is unclear, some still set off, driven by the desire to chase a wish. It may seem foolish, but that's what gives birth to the nameless, to trailblazers and to humanity's heroes. That the doll you carry is proof of a certain hero's existence. A shabby little trinket that left a trace in history because of one's person's silly wish. The Express may have already left, or it may not have, but if you truly want to walk this path, what does it matter if there is no Express? If you truly believe you are nameless, then there is only one thing left for you to do. Go catch up to the Astral Express.
The Express is already left. Going there will be pointless. Let's go to the lab. Hit the cafeteria. Let's go fishing together. Let's go watch a movie. Isn't life on the space station wonderful? People would kill just to live the life you have here. There's no antimatter legion. No abominations of abundance. This place is the most peaceful paradise in the universe.
Something's stopping me from leaving this place. I need to avoid them.
We're not holding you back. Let's have lunch together. Stop. The future of a nameless is nothing but emptiness and despair.
I like that Miss Note has literally just redone Sunday's plan. Like, this is literally just Sunday's plan all over again, where people are just trapped in their perfect, like, calm, peaceful lives.
Do you think you're special? Think of Tiernan and Kelbeck, the Nameless, who were better than you.
They were all consumed by lightness, outer space, never to return.
So you'll finally admit that I'm a nameless.
The voices that once spoke to you fell silent in an instant. They never spoke again. Alright. A bat, plain, unimpressive, yet strangely familiar. You once believed you'd never hold it again in this lifetime.
Would you still pull this weapon out? Even if it'll bring about a tragic end?
That's what Merlin told me too.
Which is why I've crafted such gentle dreams for you all. Isn't that what you've been looking for all this time?
I did wonder whether someone else might have done a better job as king if they pulled out the Sword of Selection. But I can't blame the girl who drew the sword in the stone for overestimating herself. She just wanted to deliver something from disaster, just like the king who challenged the White Dragon. If I was given another chance to make my choice, I would tell her, I hope you can do better this time. Master, you've had enough rest in your happy dream, haven't you? Now let's leave this place together.
You'll regret this!
I'll never regret.
Why? Such blind courage! You ever feel regret?
Spend freely. No dirty all in. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Serenity is before me.
I thought my mic was glitching out because I can like hear the buzzing,
And I won't agree with your choices!
but it's like, oh, it's just the background noises in the game.
Repay.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
I'll watch over you and guide you on your path.
Me trying to figure out if that buzzing's coming from the game, my microphone, or my headphones.
Just like how I failed in life. This is a fitting end for a traitor.
The performing arts had given you so much pain, Miss Note. Why did you choose to remain on Penacony's stage after leaving your prison?
Because I still remember how the rough prisoners fell silent and the crying children smiled whenever I started to sing. Those small moments made me feel free, even in that iron cage. But Penacony has changed. After so many Amber eras, it's become almost unrecognizable. And now, I am locked in this newly forged prison. Anyway, it's time to end this. A servant who betrayed their master has no right to exist.
Then, as you wish. With the first command spell, I return your name to you. On behalf of Penacony, Asna. Even if they have trademarked your name and stripped you of everything, that does not make you an unknown failure. Hold your head high, Mother of Iris. With the second command spell, I return to you the testament of your existence as a heroic spirit. Your death was what made singers and artists realize the need to reclaim their freedom and dignity for merchants. You are not some forgotten shadow. You are the founder of the Iris family, one of the 5 major lineages of Penacony. That's why you chose to borrow that name, isn't it? A figure shaped by your students and friends, by Maven and the Watchmaker, Miss Note, the one who sang freely in Dreamville.
No more. I don't want to hear anymore.
With the third command spell, as your junior on the stage, I return to you your freedom as a person. Mother of Iris, you will no longer be controlled by anyone from this moment on. You will now only dance for yourself. This farce is nearing its end. But I hope you can step out of the Grand Theater before you disappear and meet Penacony's artists. You are still a hero to them, no matter the slanders your name bears.
Meanwhile, the master and their servants, free from their dreamscape, step into the something. Okay, everyone. I will be right back. We are really close to the end, but I have to go round up some chickens. So I will be right back. Everyone, please enjoy a break. Go to the bathroom, get a snack. You know, the whole shebang. Alright, can everyone hear me okay? Alright, so we are back. So let's see if we can finish this event up or if it's going to have another part. I sense this powerful force similar to magical energy. It seems that the Holy Grail holder is about to complete the ritual. The last two servants left are the Rider and Berserker. Which one will face us, or will it be both? With the enemy already in possession of the Holy Grail, looks like we're in for a brutal fight. Master, I swear on this sword that I will protect you no matter the cost.
Boothill and the others got out too. Should I go check on them?
Chat with the masters.
A different life? Panacone's dream bubbles are pure cancer. The Charmony Festival nearly killed me. And that servant's fantasy almost finished the job.
So, where did you put you?
I had a dream where I could never win. I got to live as an obedient serf and gave up on even the thought of gambling.
Darn right. Quit gambling. That's quite the educational dream you had there.
And you? Where'd she send you?
Me? I had a long-awaited reunion.
As I talked, Boothill had already loaded his gun. Next up, the final battle with the Mastermind. Yo, if it isn't the first heroic spirit to get trapped in her reality marble, didn't you use those long legs of yours well enough? This is the first thing I hear after I get out. Darn it, my head's killing me. Feels like I've been through a long and thrilling adventure. Not sure why, but I think my enemies all had fish heads on their necks. With enemies on the way, the two servants were more than ready to fight. Time to settle the score with old OT. Maybe turn into Saber.
Looks like Lady Osna has failed. What a shame. She was just one step away from tearing the flame of dreams off the servants and tossing them into the Holy Grail as fuel. But that's the business world for you. No matter how capable your collaborator is, you gotta handle the most critical parts yourself.
Oh, Budgehead. It's time to tell us what kind of stinking pie you're cooking up with this Holy Grail war.
You practically have one foot in the grave. Don't tell me you're going to wish for immortality.
Oh, I've lived for 10 Ember Eras already. As long as I give the word, my medical team can squeeze a few more years out of these old bones.
Then are you trying to crush your business rivals? I've heard there's some bad blood between you and my master.
What a great misunderstanding. There are no enemies that can't be made into friends in the world of business.
Good point. But I'm still very curious about your little scheme.
Mr. OT surely wouldn't be like the mages I know, willing to forsake both life and humanity just to reach the root of all things.
Miss, what you're talking about is something only the Genius Society would obsessively chase after. Why not? I've been very clear about this from the start. The Charmony Festival met a hasty wrap. And Penacony needs a fresh economic boost. We need to create a business venture that will grab everyone's attention. A Holy Grail that grants wishes is just the golden goose we need. If this ritual works, then Penacony will own a glorious show to keep the money rolling in for 10 more Ember Eras. A carnival that even the Charmony Festival can't compete with. Even if I do have some personal objectives in this first ever Penacony Holy Grail War, that's none of your concern. What I like is watching people swarm into Penacony, spending their entire fortunes just to buy a chance to enter the Holy Grail War. I like having alfalfa credits pour out of the Gilded Hour, entering the Cosmic Exchange. I like seeing my business rivals being crushed and manipulated, and then lose everything in the end. I like to acquire companies that I've never heard of, fusing them into my empire with a mere wave of my pen. The Golden Hour will set the prices for goods based on my desire, and the Blue Hour will craft Penaconian fashion based on my whims. Do you honestly believe Penacony was built on empty ideas like dreams and wishes? No. What truly underpins and supports this here is what you deem crude. It's the unending flow of money. On this rock called money, we have built the planet of festivities.
No matter what your plans may be, there can only be one victor in the Holy Grail War. Your actions in this farce have already placed every servant squarely against you. Now, we stand together before you, shrewd merchant. I just want to finish what I didn't get to do a few hours ago. I'm sick and tired of fish heads. The head of this old disparate foggy with broken dreams is what I'd call a real trophy. You see this evil man's old head as a trophy. I thought you had better taste than that, Lancer.
It seems you're all eager to prepare for my demise. But since there can only be one winner in this game, how do you plan to decide the victor after I bow out? Why don't we discuss a collaboration instead? Whoever can eliminate the others shall have the chance to make their wish to the Holy Grail. I will give you that right. We can even formalize it with a contract, using precise logical language to word our wishes, ensuring the Holy Grail fulfills everyone's desires. After all, isn't this the very moment you've all been fighting for? Masters and servants?
A Holy Grail that sullies everyone's wishes is just a counterfeit for us to smash to pieces. Isn't that right, Master?
Nah. We need to whip this fella's hind end, then smash it to pieces.
Our opinions rarely align, but I'm fond of this idea. What do you think, Mr. Adventurine? It's nice to play as the hero of justice now and then, isn't it?
Well, I've already been the scapegoat once today, so I'll pass this opportunity to Mr. Odie.
My master, it seems I won't be able to claim the Holy Grail for you. I must thank Miss Notestream for showing me the truth. What truly matters is not the ending, but the journey we've taken to chase something and to deliver it from destruction. I don't need the Holy Grail. The wishes I did not fulfill will end here.
If you are all so keen to make me your enemy, I suppose I'll have to become the final challenge on this variety show. The rules said a master is supposed to summon a historical figure as their servant to enter the Holy Grail War, but who should I summon? This question has haunted me for quite some time. Should I get the washed-up director I sponsored? Or the legendary star whose name I purchased? No, they are not worthy of being my servant. That's when a thought crossed my mind. Why not summon myself? The person who's still standing strong after 10 amber eras of business intrigue? Isn't this living legend staring back at me in the mirror?
I really thought he was gonna pull the watchmaker out. Like, he's like, oh, these things, and then it was gonna make us fight the watchmaker. I truly thought that's where we were going with this.
I used myself as the catalyst. I wanted to see how the business magnate Oti reflected in the history of Penacony would respond to my call as a servant. I wanted to see how people truly view me in history. The answer really hurts. To them, I'm nothing but a parasite, sucking out the sap of Penacony's oak from the top. A bug, madly devouring wealth.
Oh, are we gonna fight one of the swarm disaster bugs? answer is yes.
Do you want to take the Holy Grail or crush it? You'll have to get through me first.
So the person we've been talking to was old Odie's servant all along?
I order you, Saber! Destroy all that is evil!
Spend freely.
You chose the wrong enemy. Receive divinity.
Oh.
Poetentate, farewell. This mortal form. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Berserker, money-grubbing parasite. Letting his servant meet us while he stays. We must break the Holy Grail or we'll lose in the war of attrition against these parasites. I'll leave the bug extermination to you then. Kings are good at facing down entire armies on their own, aren't they?
I'll see you off.
Watch your head.
Serenity is before me.
Hedge your bets.
Crush it, Saber!
Ah.
It just needs Sunday's light, or ult to activate.
No dirty tricks.
I underestimated you.
Oh.
Nothing major.
Poetentate, farewell.
Okay, there we go. Alright.
Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead return!
Debuff. Tech
The dice
boost.
have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. Watch your head.
Trying to lower that
Mortal form. I will watch over you
break effect.
and guide you on your path.
Buffed.
With the power of the command spell, I command you to release your noble phantasm and shatter the Holy Grail!
Can I say I'm still bummed we can't pull for Lancer? I really hope that since the like crossover warp is permanent now, that they're gonna be like, Lancer drop. It'd be great. It's finally over.
Is this grand theater ever gonna see a day of peace? I'm starting to feel bad for the Bloodhounds and the Dreamweavers.
No need to feel bad for a heritage building insured with hundreds of different policies. Old Odie would never allow himself to lose a single coin over that.
So he dragged everyone into this Holy Grail war while hiding in the shadows, and none of you are gonna make him pay for it?
Unfortunately, no master was harmed in the making of this show. Even if we tried to hold him accountable, he'd probably just brush it off with his usual tricks. The best legal team money can buy, and sky-high compensation.
Well, I want that sky-high compensation, thank you very much.
And I fear the Holy Grail War has already given him returns far beyond what he's put into it. The silver lining is that this little spectacle will serve as the perfect excuse during negotiations for Madame Jade to pry open an even bigger opportunity in Penacony. Oh, don't say it like that. This is a good thing for Penacony shareholders.
These Penaconian rules, stinking of money won't keep me down. Lancer, let's go take care of that old budger.
Master, while I'm all in on that suggestion, time's running out. Without the Holy Grail holding us up, us servants need to go back to where we belong.
Such a shame, brother. If we ever cross paths again, I'll take you to the finest honky-tonk in the cosmos for a drink.
Finest in the cosmos, huh? That's something to look forward to. Alright, no need for a tearful farewell for us bros. Let's not ruin this good run we've had together. Till we meet again, buddy. And you two, seriously, why can I never get a proper fight with you? Is that so? I distinctly remember beating you. You know me, just a humble archer. Let's call this one another loss on me. I'm done arguing with you lot. I'm gonna take another peek at Penacony's views before leaving for good. And so, it's time to say goodbye, Master. I have to admit that your fashion sense could use a little work, but as a servant, I'm genuinely glad to have fought by your side in this Holy Grail War. I can still see the determined heart of the child you once were underneath all your grand speeches and extravagant flair. You know, it would feel pretty good to be a hero of justice just once in a while.
Let's skip the last-minute psychoanalysis, all right? And when it comes to fashion, you're not much better than me, Guardian of Humanity.
That brings up a good point. Why would I, a Guardian of Humanity, get summoned to a world without the counterforce? Archer, you should know why you were summoned here. A hero? I'll chalk it up as a beautiful dream. A faint smile tugged at the man's cold face before he vanished from sight. Soon only the final pair of master and servant remained. I'm glad I was summoned to this strange world and get to experience it with you. I saw your fears in your dream, but Master, don't be burdened by the emotions that come with being a human. The fear of the unknown, the dread of loss, or the regret of what you couldn't achieve. Even Heracles was just a child before becoming a hero. You may not be strong enough now, but I have faith that you'll eventually become a star that illuminates the entire cosmos. If my existence can occasionally light the way forward for you, that would be more than I could hope for. Master, please send my regards to the person you will become in the future. As the lumen flux dimmed, the valiant girl knight faded, vanishing just as she had arrived. At the same time, in Dreflux Reef, the host of the Holy Grail War is sitting elsewhere watching the scenery with interest.
The Holy Grail broke. What a shame. People have pursued it, fought for it, made sacrifices for it, and died for it. Much like they did for our own Penacony.
Oh yeah, now that I think about it, prior to Boot Hill getting the invitation, he did give it to the person that's in charge of Dreamflux Reef, whose name I forget. I imagine the point of that one was to try and summon the Watchmaker.
They poured their dreams into Penacony to shape the planet into what it is today. But the question is, has Penacony ever answered their dreams? Look at this Memoria singularity. 10 Amber Heirs have passed. And out of those who once came here to build Penacony from the ground up, only one despicable old man is left. His friends, his enemies, they're all gone. I must confess to both of you, my wish has been granted. No matter how you see me, no matter how deeply we hated each other in the past, the Holy Grail has recognized your achievements and brought you forth as heroic spirits to Don't you think this is a rather unique reunion of old friends? It's unfortunate that Mikhail, that old rascal, couldn't be here to join us.
Oh yeah, okay, so he did send it to Dreamflux to try and summon the Watchmaker. Got it.
Mr. Odie, your wish truly moves me. If I didn't know you better, I'd almost be swayed by your sweet words. A reunion of old friends. No, it's just another part of your business deal.
Greedy. Or perhaps I should now address you as Mr. Rekka. Is the editing of the footage complete? That is such an important task, after all.
I've cut out everything related to the participants' privacy and kept only the most thrilling parts of the Holy Grail War. It may not be an artistic masterpiece, but it should meet your commercial expectations.
That'd be enough for me. You artists always aim to carve your names into art panels no matter the cost. Too bad those who actually succeed are as rare as the winners of the Holy Grail War. I'm not like that. What else can truly measure the effort you've put in apart from cold, hard cash?
The memories of former heroic spirits are also worthy compensation.
Memories of a flop director like Greedy? You enlighten me. What worth do those hold?
His memories are indeed positively worthless as a filmmaker, but when it comes to him as a person, those memories are treasures beyond compare. He has had his struggles, disappointments, and defiance, only to be reduced to another nameless nobody. That man is a symbol of the Penacony of his times, a most ridiculous clown and a most genuine hero. How could I ever miss out on a memory with as many facets as a veritable diamond? But now, I'm more curious about you, sir. You've spent so much money, only to create such an unsightly mess. Aren't you worried you'll end up in disgrace like Greedy?
A merchant at my age who still cares about dignity would be an absolute failure.
Oh, in that case, my business here is settled. I'll take my leave.
All right. It's your turn, Miss Hasna. I'll sign the declaration to renounce the trademark on your name and all rights to your creative works. Are you happy with that?
Happy? Never. But if you don't carry it through, I'll squeeze your puny neck with every ounce of my strength until I disappear. I'll watch you take your last breath, even if I know it won't actually kill you. Goodbye, Penacony's most successful merchant. There's something I've always wanted to say to you. I wish you were already dead.
Now that's a heartfelt confession. Hasna, I do hope your wish comes true one day.
At the same time, aboard the Express, far from the heat of battle, a servant summoned under the rider class stays on the sidelines. Okay, so we do get a rider. As a rider, he once built an unseekable little ship named the Compass. As a rider, he was once a nameless who rode the stars aboard the Interstellar Express. Oh god. Oh, are we getting Mikhail? Centuries have passed. Now as a heroic spirit, the young man finally returns to a place where he once worked tirelessly, as an old friend awaits him there. So we are getting Mikhail, but it's Misha Mikhail and not older Mikhail. That's unfortunate.
March 7th is always bringing back bizarre and curious things. One time, she even brought back something called a raiding pistol, and it only gave Pom-Pom a single point. Also, watch out for Himiko's coffee. It's the most terrifying beverage Pom-Pom's ever encountered. But please don't ever tell her that to her face.
Is it worse than the tea from Granholm's hometown?
100 times worse.
I'd love to have a try.
Hong, but even he started to follow along now. Mm-hmm. You passengers are all the same. Mikhail, you're spacing out again. What's going through that head of yours?
Conductor, looks like it's time to say our goodbyes again.
Will you be returning to the Express?
Maybe. I'm just happy to hear that so many people like me have boarded the Express over the years. The nameless come and go. Some find a place they want to stay, while others keep moving forward. Just like the silver rails that never stop. That's the Astral Express. I'm sure the conductor's future will never be lonely. The Holy Grail War is coming to an end, and wandering souls must return to their rest. I need to go back to Penacony.
Mikhail, remember, whether you leave or stay, the Astral Express will always be the home of the Nameless. Pom-Pom will always be here, waiting for your return.
It's a deal then, conductor. The next time the Express stops at Penacony, please sound the horn for me, Rosalina, and Tiernan. If we can hear it, then we'll definitely come visit you.
It's a promise.
Oh. Oh, that gets you. Okay. Why is it that Hoyo feels the need to make me cry in every single episode? Gather your thoughts to the present. Is there really is a chance to fulfill a wish? What would yours be, Kalis?
You see, wishes lose their power once spoken aloud.
That does sound like something you'd say. Anyway, the first Holy Grail War orchestrated by Old Odie ended up being the last one. But the Dream Bubble movie, co-produced by Mr. Rekka and Dr. Edward, became a huge hit. Not only did it fill up movie theaters in Epsilon, it even created a new dream-chasing trend throughout the stars. Mr. Odie and the IPC's Penacony branch made quite the fortune from it. As Mr. Adventuring guessed, Odie simply brushed everything off as entertainment when questioned about placing family heads and shareholders in danger. While compensation and lawsuits are inevitable, I suspect he already knew exactly what was coming, even before the Holy Grail was activated. Now, old Odie did say he planned to give you some money, but even he thought that was too crude, so instead, he gave us the most valuable thing from this Holy Grail War. There's something inside the Holy Grail. I think this is a note for you.
Hey, brother, since y'all look pretty busy, I headed out with Hook. Big thanks to Mr. Odie for buying this rare trinket I got my hands on. That's how I could afford this spontaneous trip. By the way, aren't you curious what old Sempo's wish to the Holy Grail was?
I am indeed curious, Sampo.
I knew it, bro! You're still thinking about old Sempo, and I won't lie. The audience is waiting for it too. All right, folks, the show's over. But if there's anything still out there that can hear and fulfill my wish, I wish for everyone in the world to be happy, joyful, free, and have their every desire fulfilled.
Absolute lies. Lies and slander from that man's mouth. Ciao, my friends. Alright, let's look at our updates. Defeat Granny Note alongside Savior. The King of Night mounts their warhorse once more. Fake goods have their benefits, and the real deal has its own advantages. An era flows within the broken heart of the King of Bad Films. Stride forth and take the simple step that anoints you as a hero. Swarms devour bills, and greed corrupts miracles. The moon-gazing child is finally reunited with old friends. All right, so that's everything for the Fate main story. I will grind out the Fate collab thing on my own. Like I said, if I'm able to eke out another 10 pull, I will probably do the warp on my own because Finon's banner ends this week. So I won't be able to do it on stream, but of course I will. I probably won't get anything because we're only at 25 pity. This set of warp banners have blessed me enough, but I will show it off to you all if I do get something. Otherwise, we're just building pity for the next character we pull, which I've seen some leaks. Looks like a lot of the new characters I'm not super interested in. The newest one I would be interested in is the new Don Hung 5-star, but it looks like we're getting him for free, so I'll probably be pulling on his light cone. So more than likely I will just be pulling on some of the reruns to maybe grind some Eidolons for some characters. Will most likely be my pulling plans for the next little bit. Maybe I can finally get Acheron if she reruns again. So that's everything. I hope you all had a great rest of your day, and then next week we will go back to the main Trailblaze mission and work on it. Bye everyone!